In this video, we will discuss an overview of how to create data shortcuts. If you'd like to follow on with this video, please open the file 0702 datashortcutoverview.dwg located in the training folder as discussed in the Working with this Dataset video. Data shortcut functionality allows you to reference Civil3d objects into multiple DWG files. Data shortcuts are located in the Prospector tab in the Data Shortcuts category. Right now I have a current project listed to access data shortcuts from. But let's look at how this functionality actually works. So in the Prospector tab, Data Shortcuts category, simply right-click. The first thing you need to be aware of is your working folder. So wherever your working folder is located is where it's going to initially look for projects that happen to have shortcuts within them. So in this case, right now, my working folder is set to Civil3d projects. So what I want to do is I'm going to go and create a data shortcuts folder by simply clicking the New Data Shortcuts Project folder. What this does is Civil3d will create a folder within the Civil3d projects folder that contains an underscore shortcuts folder. Within that folder, there will be subfolders for each specific object type that you can data shortcut in with separate individual XML files that are basically your pointers to those objects within the file. You can use a project template to create a project folder structure, but in most cases, you'll simply need to get a underscore shortcuts folder and then move it into your project folder. We'll call this one Project 1, and I'll simply click OK. Now let's go ahead and open up Civil3d projects. Notice how we have a new folder called Project 1, and if I navigate into it, you simply have a underscore shortcuts folder. That is all that is required, along with the subfolders within, to have a project where you can create shortcuts to. As you can see, we have individual subfolders where each individual Civil3d object will be maintained. It will simply be a small little XML file. That's how you create a data shortcuts folder. To set the current drawing to a specific project, you right-click on Data Shortcuts and choose the Set Data Shortcuts Project folder. All that Civil3d does is it looks for a folder in your working folder that contains underscore shortcuts and the subfolders within. So I can simply select this folder here, click OK, and that is now my new shortcuts folder. So the drawings can live wherever you want them to live. They do not have to live in the shortcuts folder. Civil3d will create this little XML file that will automatically point to the file and Civil3d object within the file. I'm going to set my project back to Project 1. To make a file link to the current project, right-click on the data shortcuts and click on Associate Project to Current Drawing. There's also a batch functionality to associate multiple drawings to a project. Where this helps is if it loses a connection to a data shortcut, you can automatically associate it to this project and Civil3d will automatically find all the data shortcuts. This concludes this video on an overview of data shortcuts.